Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
I was talking about the information, man. It's just so critical that we give out the information, man. You know what I mean?
Facts.
It's critical. You want to take some phone calls?
We can't. It's
How
man.
much
It's
time you
pretty
got?
fucked up. I can't see nobody. Or I can't.
Oh, your phone dying, man. He got his phone on the cord. I'm on the phone lines, dog. His phone keep on dying. He gotta, yeah, man. Terrence Bailey, man. Fred, you and Ham on. I was laughing almost hard. Yeah, man. It's the truth, man. I'm not fighting no 50-year-old man, 60-year-old man. I don't, man. That's not where I'm at, man. But you, when you offend people in your own home, you don't think that you're going to see their faces. So you think you can say whatever you want, do whatever you want. It's kind of like Donald Trump. He can say whatever he wanted to do from the White House. You know what I mean? He can say and do whatever he wants from the White House. But you got to go see those black faces. You know what I mean? Mailbox money. Yeah, that mailbox money is classic. I got some more music.
What you got, little mama? Show me what you got, Murray lady.
Hey, talk about D Smoke, dog. You work
Smoke.
D Smoke. Yeah.
That's my guy, man.
Yeah, I think D Smoke might take us to Mars and back, dog.
That's my guy. I spoke with him today. That's my guy, man. He's an incredible musician, artist, writer. He has a dope spirit. You know, and like I was working with his brother,
sir.
Actually, his cousin, like this shit go deep. So, like my dad is like an anomaly. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the nigga that was like bringing like all the type gospel people back in the day. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, man, niggas, how you get Thomas Whitfield? How you get John P. Key? You know what I'm saying? He was that nigga, but he had his own music as well. So like a lot of the people that I seen growing up were successful at producing because my dad kind of gave them, you know, platforms to, you know, help like Warren Campbell, Nissan Stewart, a lot of people.
Oh, damn.
So, yeah, so Andrew Goucher used to play for my dad. So I'm playing drums, 9 years old, on the recording for my dad because my dad just like, I want my son to play. And I'm learning like with all these greats. You know what I'm saying? Like Andrew Goucher, he played the bass line on that Warren G record, but he's like the man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So his niece, if I'm not mistaken, his niece is Tiffany Goucher.
Tiffany Goucher.
So Tiffany, exactly. So I was cool. I've been cool with Tiffany and Davion. They were working as the Woodworks back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So like we would always be around them, Eric Bellinger. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a gang of homies coming up at the same time, like just writing. And yeah, like I started working with Davion and having him come to my event after Church LA. And basically, he was telling me about his brothers. I didn't know his brother was, I mean, he told me his brother was Sir, but I don't be, you know, thinking. I just be like, oh, okay, cool, whatever, you know. When he like, yeah, my brother, Sir, you know, he signed to whatever. But man, this nigga like, yeah, all right, for sure, yeah, we working. So we start working, and his brother, D Smoke, comes up to after church one day. Like he was just walking by on Hollywood Boulevard. And I happened to be out at the front asking Kimmy for some merch or something. And he just walked up like, yo, Mars. Like, Mars, you Mars? I'm like, yeah. He like, oh, man, I'm D Smoke. Like, da-da-da-da-da. Like, man, I can't wait to get in the studio with you and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I just thought it was a random nigga off the street. So I was just like, all right, for sure, you know, being nice and stuff. And then he was like, no, I'm Davion, brother. I'm like, oh. And then it clicked. So I'm working with Davion, long story short, and he came through. D Smoke came through. He was on Rhythm and Flow, but he just didn't let me know the vibe. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working with the nigga just organically, like, oh yeah, let's do some shit. My artist that I just signed was in here, so we did a couple records, and one of those records was the single, was the Fly song.
Fly.
So he was like, you know, after he won the Netflix shit, and you know, obviously told him, hey man, you know, I couldn't tell you the vibe and all this. Then he was able to, you know, let me know, like, yo, we about to put this song out. Let's get it going. So I'm like, oh fuck, I got your first single, let's go. You know what I'm saying? It was, but it was organic though, so like that's what made it fire.
We got our first call in the building.
My nigga, this is dedication. This is anti-hesitation.
We got a caller. Let's go.
Yeah, we got our first. What's up, 337?
You already know. And look, salute to Barbershop Conversations. Salute to the producer of the year, man. Salute to the homie Morris, man.
Love.
Yeah, bro, I just had a quick question for you. I wanted to ask, how do you balance your spirituality with the message that you want to convey through your platform, bro?
That is an awesome question. It's I think it'll be easy for me to explain it in a 2-part answer. So the first part was me actually having to sacrifice over security. So like, what I mean by that is like, I had to sacrifice what people was going to think of me because I'm already the pastor's kid. I'm already the bishop's kid. I play for the church, the whole thing. But I had a passion, and I was really passionate about something, and I felt like it was my calling. I know it's my calling. You know what I'm saying? So like, I had to just basically step out on faith and believe that, like, yeah, we're human, bro. Like, you're going to go through things. But I had to make sure that I went through the stuff that I needed to go through so that I can not go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what I mean by that is like, when I got straight, I moved out when I was 17 and I came straight out here. So like, I was just right in the mix of everything. So of course my dad is like, nigga, you down there smoke, you in the studio with Snoop Dogg and da-da-da-da. And I told you about that record that we placed, right? So the name of that record, I told you what the name of the record was. Which one of you bitches like me? You talking about my first big placement? Like, Dad, I made it. Like, yeah, like, all right, yeah, son, you down there, you know, ain't no telling what you doing. And I'm with Snoop, the Smoking King, and we got a song called Which One of You Bitches Like Me? That's out. You know what I'm saying? So I had to, like, basically at that point be like, man, I gotta prove to my parents and prove to everybody else that, you know, like, this ain't no fluke, this ain't no joke. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I gotta get some real records and start being a part of the record, so it won't be no fucked up titles. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like, basically I had to the second part is basically I had to realize, bro, that like, my relationship with God is my relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, people always want to throw things on you and perceive you to be something, and it's like, none of that matters. You know what I'm saying? They perceive Jesus to be all kind. You know what I'm saying? They did all kind. They look at how they did Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you have to go through those things to make you better. And it's like, your message is what's more important at the end of the day. If people see how you walk, people see, like, you know, how organic, how real you are, then it's going to be easy for you to be able to influence and help, you know, educate and bring people to Christ, as well as them be a part of your art, come across your music, come across whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But with me, I just feel like my calling is just, I was just blessed to have the foundation of being in the church, playing in church, having that foundation, being able to convey how I feel musically to a crowd, and then fast forward to being on stage with a Jay-Z, a Snoop, or whoever, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm conveying how I feel to a crowd. So these people I can still talk to. Snoop I can talk to. We can have certain dialogue. You know what I'm saying? We can have real messages. Tip I can talk to. We can have real messages. Faith, all these people that I, you know, really fuck with, Maya. And that's how all these real songs start coming. And Snoop does a gospel album. You know what I'm saying? It's like, the real is always going to prevail. So you just got to make sure that you being honest with yourself. Yes, I smoke. Yes, I have a couple drinks. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, bro, like, your relationship with God is your relationship with God. So you just got to make sure you're fulfilling your purpose and doing as much as you can.
Word.
Hopefully that answers your question.
Bro, I appreciate the detailed answer, man. And we definitely appreciate you coming to the barbershop and spending time with us, bro. Much respect, man. Peace and love to you, bro.
Love, my God. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, real rap.
Yes,
so when is your anticipated date coming up?